Hello everyone, Earl Henderson in Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of this video without any interruptions, and then I'll go back and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that were done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
Hello, I'm Captain Stacy Spell, Commanding Officer of Media Relations Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in Foothill Division in the city of Los Angeles on February 1st, 2022 at around 3:42 a.m. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case, so you have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We are still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution, the images and information you are about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. At around 2:15 a.m., Foothill area officers responded to a radio call of an assault with a deadly weapon in the 12900 block of Desmond Street. The suspect was reported to be possibly under the influence and making threats while armed with a knife. Here's the 911 call and corresponding radio broadcast.
LA City 911, operator 404.
Hello?
Hello?
My older brother is acting crazy right now. He's trying to attack my dad right now with a knife.
Does he have any weapons, your older brother?
Yeah, he was trying to bring a knife into his room.
What's the address?
Oh, Desmond Street.
Desmond?
Yeah.
How do you spell Desmond?
Desmond.
Oh, Desmond, okay. Is it a house or an apartment?
A house.
Okay. Does your brother suffer from any mental illness?
Yeah, he's still in the house.
He what?
He's still in the house right
Okay.
now.
Does he suffer from mental illness?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know if you hear, but he's banging on the door.
Okay, what's his name?
Jonathan.
His last name?
Murillo.
Murillo?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Murillo.
Oh, Murillo.
Illo.
Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
Oh, black.
He what?
He's black.
He's black?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second, I'm going to send the police over there. Don't hang up, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Don't hang up.
His mama called.
Photo unit CW suspect are now Desmond Street, stand by for further. Code 3 into 313 RD60. LA City 911, operator 850.
Hello, I need help.
Okay, do you need police, paramedics, or the fire department?
Our stepson is with knife and he says he's trying to kill everybody here at home.
What's the address?
Desmond Street.
Desmond?
Desmond Street.
Okay. Okay. Desmond Street, and this is your son?
Yeah, stepson.
Does he have a knife right now?
Listen what he's doing. Listen to what he's doing. You better hurry up.
Okay, we're sending the police out there. How old is your stepson, sir?
He's 24.
Is he white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
Black.
And does he have the knife in his hand right now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, hold on. Stay on the line with me, okay?
Okay.
Let me get the police point. Do you know what's going on? Does he have a mental issue or something? Or
Drunk.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, okay? I'm talking to the police.
Okay.
Upon arrival, officers contacted and evacuated family members from the residence and set up containment in the surrounding area. For over an hour and 20 minutes, officers attempted to de-escalate the situation by speaking to the suspect over the public address speaker. At around 3:42 a.m., the suspect exited the side of the residence while armed with 2 knives. At that time, an officer fired 1 round from a 40mm less lethal launcher. The suspect then ran to the front of the residence with a knife in his hand. Another officer fired 3 beanbag rounds as the suspect crossed the front of the residence. The suspect then charged at officers, positioned near the end of the driveway, at which time an officer-involved shooting occurred. That suspect was identified as Jonathan Murillo Nix. Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics transported Murillo Nix to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced deceased. This incident was captured on the officer's body-worn video cameras. The 40mm less lethal device fires a foam projectile round. The round strikes the person's body and is intended to cause pain. While there may be bruising, it is designed to distribute energy over a broad surface area and not penetrate the body. The primary target for this less lethal device is the navel or belt line. The beanbag shotgun is a Remington 870 shotgun, which has been configured with a green slide handle and stock, rifle barrel, and side saddle ammunition holder. The color green is used to identify that the shotgun is for the sock round only, not lethal munitions, and designated to fire a cloth sock filled with small metal pellets. Primary target area is the navel area or belt line. Officers may target the suspect's arms, hands, or legs when practicable. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duties. They are worn at chest level and capture a general perspective within line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera prohibits viewers from seeing everything the officers saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn video cameras have a buffer of video without audio from the previous 2 minutes prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly, where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera. Here's body-worn video from the officers involved in this incident.
Hey, come over here, all of you, everybody.
My wife is still
Right, let me get you over here. Where's your wife?
inside the room. He messed up.
Okay, go over here.
Can't lock it
Go
anymore.
over here. Can she get out?
I can get her through the window.
Wait, yeah, get her out through the window. Go over here. Go over here, guys. Yeah, get her out. Get her out.
Everybody.
Get her out. Get the wife out. Get the wife out. Get the wife out. Get her out. Get her out.
No, it's just him.
Is he in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
Wait. Hey, heads up. Is he in here? Is he in this room?
No. He's in
Oh, he's right there. He's right there. You guys get that. You guys stay here, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, get your beanbag. Go get your beanbag. One of you, okay. Okay, you got beanbag. You got DCO. Watch that right there. Get that right there. Get that right there.
We got it.
You guys got the front door too. Hey guys, I need you all the way to the corner. All the way to the corner. What's your name? Leave it alone. All the way in the corner. And the next unit that shows up, have them hold the front door. How did they get through the back over there?
They're in the back room.
Okay.
We're about 2 minutes out.
Yeah, he's right here. So watch, you guys got this right here, okay? This door's open, this is empty. 60 now, 120. Hold the frequency. Show me his incident commander.
Station 120, Commander.
Hey guys, turn the light on. Leave it on. Leave it on. He knows we're here. It doesn't matter. He knows we're here, guys.
Jonathan!
Okay, hold on. DCO, okay? I need you to give the beanbag to somebody else. Okay, he's got a 40. You're gonna do all the communications, okay?
Sounds good.
So, I got TK and Barbara holding the number, the one side. Okay, so we're gonna call 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
No, he's going back in.
Okay.
He's saying he's still armed, kitchen knife.
Okay. Jose, go ahead and start giving commands.
Hey, Jonathan, it's the LAPD, man. I need you to come out, all right? We want to help you. How can we help you today? Can you drop those knives for me, please?
Yeah.
Were you able to verify with Barbara and TK if everybody's out?
We got everybody out.
What's
Yeah. So, hey guys, as a matter of fact, let's let's redeploy. Let's start holding all the 4. Okay, start giving him commands if he comes out.
All right, man. Come out with your hands up, man. You're gonna come out.
Hey guys, we're gonna surround the house, okay? He's inside by himself, so let's just start covering all the doors and windows, all right? So slowly, let Garcia cover Schlitz. Epton, go ahead and start coming out. And then slowly start backing out, and let's start covering all the 4 corners.
He's walking back inside now. The rear door is open.
Hey, 2 knives. Yes, 2 knives.
Two knives in his hand now. He's
Jonathan, check it out, man. We're not trying to hurt you.
Okay, right to that, man.
But look,
For the
we're
front.
not gonna go anywhere.
Hey,
Let's go to the front. Go to the front. Go to the front. Go to the front. Hey, running. Go to the front. You got knives. Hey, here, right here. Hold. Hold right here. Hold right here.
Go towards the front. Jonathan.
Outside.
Do not move. Hey, everybody, hold your position.
Come back to the window.
He's got 2 knives in his hand now. He's out here.
Jonathan. Come back to the window and talk to me,
Right to
man.
that map. You got that for the frontal.
We don't want you to get hurt.
He's going towards the front. Going towards the front.
Jonathan.
Left side.
He's heading towards you guys. Right.
Hey, okay. Do not move. Hey.
Hey, everybody,
hold your position.
ready.
He's running towards you guys.
Okay. Do not move. I got shut up. Shut up.
Hey, everybody, hold your positions. Hold your position.
Where are the knives? One with you.
Okay, let me get it out.
Let me get it out. LAFD up here.
It's his hand.
Everybody, hold your
Everybody hold your position.
Okay, did he stab himself? No, he got it in his hand. He's got it tucked by his wrist.
Okay, let's get gloves on and let's get him. Let's get him some empty.
Gloves. Anybody shot for him? I'm coming. Gloves.
Everybody, hold your position.
It's in his right hand.
Hey, Moretta, get up here. We got
Roger, they're coming.
We got him down. We got him down. He's got gunshot wounds.
Let's go around the bush. Let's go around the bush. Go around the bush.
Sorry, I got
Right here.
Okay, we should go around this bush right here.
Yeah.
Go around the bush. Wherever you see the knife, just leave the knife on the ground. Don't move it.
Hold on. Lopez, grab his right hand.
Where's the knife at?
In his right hand.
Okay.
Sabrina, get up here with him.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Where were you turning around?
yeah, close to him.
No, you're good.
You got him? Yeah, once we move up,
I got him.
just roll him over.
Oh, nice.
Get it?
You got the cuffs too? I'm good.
Hey guys, hold your position.
Should we turn them on the side, sir?
Just flip them to one side.
Hey, you got a coming up?
Roger, after you.
Murillo Nix's knives were recovered at scene and booked as evidence. Jonathan Murillo Nix was a 23-year-old resident of Los Angeles. In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is complete, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. The board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics, drawing, and exhibiting a weapon and use of deadly force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. If you would like more information, visit LAPD on.
All right, let's get into it. So this is another incident of a family member attacking other family members. You'd be surprised about the number of times that this happens all across the nation. I don't have any statistical information in front of me, but it's a surprising number. It really is. How many times family members try to harm other family members, and not just fighting, but like fist to fist kind of stuff, or fist to face kind of stuff. But family members actually pulling weapons on other family members, pulling a knife or a gun. It's kind of an alarming number, really. So police go to this call where a family member has pulled some knives on their family. The initial response, I think, is good. They get the people out, and they get them to move further away from the scene and get them away from the person who's acting crazy. They go to get this another person who's remaining in the house, to get them out, and they're talking about trying to get containment. He can maintain visual on the guy through the window here, and then they are actually about to go in on this guy. They're already talking about getting beanbags out, stuff like that, and they're really getting stuff squared away and getting themselves set up for success. This guy's he's the one who's most dominant in this, so I don't know if he has a rank or anything like that, but he's really taking a good lead right here, and getting these officers set up for a game plan here. And this is show me as incident commander. So this is something that you typically do not see police doing. This is something that you typically see fire departments and rescue squads or rescue departments doing, utilizing the functions of NIMS, National Incident Management System. So if you're unfamiliar with NIMS, NIMS is a system that's set up for public safety, and it doesn't even have to be public safety. Other entities who are not emergency services or anything like that can also use NIMS as well, and still be able to succeed from it. But NIMS came about after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, and it was something to be able to get all agencies on the same operating page. Because what they found out during 9/11 was everyone had a different page they operated off of, especially with things like what's called TIN codes. So plain language came about after that. But anyway, NIMS was one of these big things that came out. And so there are a certain amount of classes that are online that you can take. You have your NIMS 100, 200, 700, 800, and it talks about different things, for the national level incident management system stuff. talks about, emergency preparedness. There's like certain emergency medical kits, or not kits, but like stockpiles out there in the nation. And then you have your NIMS 300 and 400 classes, and those are in-person classes that you go to physically. The rest of them are online. But these classes are set up so that people in California can take them, people in Kentucky can take them, people in Florida take them, people in New York take them, and everyone knows how they can be working together under the National Incident Management System. And you'll have, obviously, your incident commander, your deputy incident commander, you have operations planning, logistics, etc. The same kind of stuff that you would see before NIMS came out being done individually within, each state or something like that. But there may have been some variations of how this organizational chart was utilized. But NIMS just basically gave it a national footprint, kind of adopted this organizational chart as, the go-to thing. And you typically see, like I said, fire departments utilizing this. If you ever listen to a radio, listen to a scanner, and you hear fire department personnel go on scene, they'll say engine 1 to fire dispatch on scene in command. They're, saying that engine 1 is the one who's going to be in command, and all the trucks, all the additional personnel arriving to this need to report into command. And so when you're dealing with multiple resources, you have to have a span of control over them, or else everyone's going to start self-dispatching or self-initiating things on the scene, and you're going to lose control over who's doing what. People over here aren't going to know what the people over there are doing. Police can obviously use the, incident command system, but you don't typically see them call it out on the radio as, incident command or anything like that. This tells me that they must be doing a lot of additional training beyond what's just normal law enforcement training, and embracing the fact that because there are multiple people being involved here, those are resources, and you have to control those resources. And adopting the incident command system is a great way to do that. Now, does that mean that when you use the incident command system, every single function has to be filled by a particular person? No. As incident commander, he could also be playing the role of the planning officer and the operations officer, so to speak. So a person can wear multiple hats within the incident command system, depending on the scene and the complexity and everything. If you have not had any training in incident command system or anything to do with NIMS, then I highly suggest that you go do your research into that. There's some pretty good information out there. The NIMS 300 and 400, those are some long PowerPoint kind of classes. The NIMS 300 and 400 is for like chief level type of administrators, people who would be like the chief of police, chief of fire, chief ambulance director, whatever, people within high level overhead team. So if you are going to go to a NIMS 300 or 400, my suggestion to you is to bring a seat cushion, get comfortable, and bring some coffee, because that shit is boring. I went through my NIMS 300 and 400 class several years back. It was, the content itself was good content. It was really the presenters. The presenters kind of sucked at it. Our local emergency management director was one of the presenters, and that dude's as dry as a box of sand. And realistically, he doesn't really know his ass from a hole in the ground, in my opinion. So that made the class really, really rough. But, at least we got to, keep the books and stuff like that. And the content is good. It's good information. It really depends on who you got presenting it. And because my class or my classes were so freaking horrible, I took my certificates and fucking burned them. That's how I felt about that class. But yeah, check out the National Incident Management System. Get an idea. You can sign up to take. Well, I don't know about anymore. It's been several years since I've had to look at this. But used to, you could be able to sign up online, go through, I believe it's Homeland Security, National Preparedness or something like that, make an account, and then you could take the free online NIMS. Actually, I don't even think you have to make an account. You could just go sign in, go to the website, find the NIMS 100, 200, 700, 800 classes, take those for free online, and at the completion of it, you could print out a certificate. So if that information's out there, I would still highly recommend you go take a look at it and be better prepared for a good incident command system. As far as utilizing all the functions of an incident command system, there's got to be a lot of moving parts there. Multiple people involved, and everyone's got to be somewhat squared away in what they're going to be doing. Trying to take someone who doesn't do this stuff on the regular and then put them in a class and they don't get the opportunity to do this a whole lot, they're not going to excel very well at it. Fire departments and rescue and EMS, they get the benefit, I guess you could say, of being able to utilize this on a more frequent basis, because some fire scenes are pretty large or some rescue scenes are pretty large, and that allows them to fulfill some of these other functions. When you get in the search and rescue, this is where you really see all the functions really get staffed individually instead of one person wearing multiple hats. For police operations, they just don't get to have the luxury of having that many incidents to get the practice in, I guess you could say. Whereas a fire department has, bunch of large fire scenes, once or twice a year, maybe more, depending on what's going on. The police department might have a big incident once every couple of years or something like that, or once every 5 years. And so you take someone, put them through this training, and then 5 years goes on and nothing happens for them to, break out the stuff and try this. When it actually happens, it's like they might as well not even have the training to begin with. So the training's nice, but you got to, just like everything else, you got to practice some of this stuff. And doing mock tabletop exercises, I think, is a good thing to do. So for those agencies out there that are, interested in this kind of stuff, best advice for them is to partner up with the fire department and or emergency management and have them assist with doing some mock exercises or tabletop exercises. That way people within your field can stay more abreast, stay more freshened up on the different positions within the incident command system. Anyway, talking a little too much about NIMS and incident command system, so we'll move on from there.
Frequency, show me as incident commander. Hey guys, turn the light on. Leave it on. Leave it on. He knows we're here. It doesn't matter. He knows we're here, guys.
Jonathan!
Okay, hold on. DCO, okay? I need you to give the beam back to somebody else. Okay, he's got a 40. You're going to do all the communications, okay?
Okay, so I like how he is designating functions to these people, and that he designates this guy as communications. I've griped about that before in other videos about how there's 10 officers and 5 of them are all trying to get on the fucking radio at once. Like, that does not work. And I've talked about it's a better idea to designate one person as the radio guy. You know, they're the radio man. You're going to be the one responsible for all the communications. Everyone else can turn their radio down and stay off the air. Because once you have 5 people all trying to say something, they're going to be cutting each other off on the radios. They're going to be toning out, etc. They're going to be confusing the dispatchers and adding more chaos to a scene that already has a lot of chaos. So I really like how he is taking charge of not just designating people and doing different stuff, but also designating a person as the communications person. The person is responsible for all traffic, radio traffic.
Sounds good. The one side? Okay, so we're going to call 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
No, he's going back in.
Okay.
You say he's still armed kitchen knife?
Okay. Jose, go ahead and start giving commands.
Hey, Jonathan, it's the LAPD, man. Today.
We got everybody out. Yeah. So, hey guys, as a matter of fact, let's redeploy. Let's start holding all the 4. Okay, start giving him commands if he comes out.
All right, man. Come out with your hands up, man. You're gonna come out.
Hey guys, we're gonna surround the house, okay?
So he goes ahead and makes the decision that instead of them staying in there and going after this guy, they're just going to pull out and surround the place. So he's buying a little bit more time for them to be able to bring about a different kind of resolve to this situation. One that, you know, hopefully doesn't have to involve any kind of force. So he's making a good, you know, diligent effort here to avoid some type of confrontation with this guy that they know is probably has a pretty good chance of turning into some force being used against this guy. So he's trying his best to avoid it.
He's inside.
He's trying his best to avoid doing anything to this guy, but yet there are still people out there who say the police are trigger happy and blah, blah, blah. If the people would just watch videos like this, all their bullshit would be quickly dispelled in front of them. But the reason why they don't watch this stuff is because they know that their bullshit is going to be put in check, and they're going to come to soon realize that all this crap they talk is all lies. The videos are always pretty clear. I mean, there are not really any videos out there that show what the anti-police crowd says goes on. There's no videos, to my knowledge, that exist of police just going out indiscriminately murdering people just because, you know, they're purple or yellow or brown or green or black or whatever. Those just don't exist. And what you see that exists in these videos is the police do, for the most part, a pretty good job of trying to avoid bad shit happening. But unfortunately, bad shit just happens sometimes.
Hey, Bernie, you got knife. Over here, over here. Hold right here. Over here. It's like. Hey, okay. Do not move. Hey, everybody, hold your position.
And now he's out here. Jonathan, come back to the window and talk to me, man.
You got that for the front?
We don't want you to get hurt.
Going towards the front. Going towards the front.
Jonathan.
Left side.
So he pumps them with a lot of beanbag rounds. I just don't have the highest confidence in the 12 gauge beanbag. And I don't really have a whole lot of confidence in the 40 millimeter launchers. There's just so many videos out there of people just fighting through these things, and it just doesn't have a good success rate, in my opinion. I really wish that Axon would reevaluate the 12 gauge taser round that they had several years back, called the I want to say it's called the Taser X-Rep, and I can't remember what that stands for. But back then, as it was known as Taser International, they developed a 12 gauge taser round, and it was pretty cool, but it didn't gain a whole lot of popularity. One, I think cost was an issue, and then secondly, although it was a good idea and the technology is still pretty good, I just don't think it was perfected in a way that it was overwhelmingly successful. Wasn't always 100% successful, which when it comes to less lethals, I mean, you're not going to get 100% success anyway. But I think that now with better technology and whatnot, I really, really think that Axon could probably produce another 12 gauge taser round that would have a higher degree of success. And I think that would help solve or help resolve a lot of issues like this, because I've seen time after time after time people firing these beanbag rounds at other people, and it doesn't have an effect on them. They just keep moving. Same with the 40 millimeter launchers. With a 40 millimeter launcher, I really think that Axon could probably produce a hell yeah taser impact munition. I mean, a 40 millimeter projectile, that's a lot of space right there. I mean, with a 12 gauge, it's kind of a small load right there, and you don't have a whole lot of room to work with. 40 millimeter, that's a pretty big chunk right there. So I have no doubt that if they started tinkering around with 40 millimeter munitions, they would be able to pack a lot of shit into something with the diameter of 40 millimeter, and probably double more effective than what a 12 gauge could be, or a 12 gauge taser could be. Pepper spray, I really think that pepper spray has lost some popularity. I think it's kind of taken a step back, so to speak, and it's just neglected. It's not used as much anymore. I've always had a pretty good success rate with pepper spray. Everybody I've ever sprayed with pepper spray, it had the desired effect. They stopped doing the stupid shit they were doing. It had the ability to really take the fight out of them. Now, some people, they continue to resist, actively resist, and kind of fight. But as far as them being an effective fighter, it really diminishes that. But other people, once they get sprayed, they're done with. They are mentally incapacitated. They no longer have a desire to fight. Even when they were showing, to some degree, a large desire to fight, it's just pepper spray takes it out of people. You get the involuntary eye closure, the burning sensation, the pain in the eyes, and then you get the sensation of difficulty breathing, you got a bunch of mucus coming out the nose. It sucks. But the biggest thing is it causes that involuntary eye closure. And if you can't see, you can't fight very well. Now, you can still actively resist, but you're not going to be able to fight as effectively as you would if you didn't have a bunch of burning shit in your eyes. So for this, I think that MK9 would have been pretty effective. Just hose his ass down. Pepperball guns, I like pepperball guns. I think that a stream delivery system, Liquid OC is probably a little bit better than the pepperball gun, but the pepperball gun can still be an effective tool. I think that the liquid spray you get more of a potent punch out of it, so to speak. a new thing out there called the Bola wrap. So I haven't really seen any, I guess, actual like operational type, videos of this thing. I've only seen them for training and promotional type of videos. As far as like seeing one in the wild, like in like one of these officer involved shooting videos, I don't think I've ever seen one of them being utilized yet. It is a newer technology, and it does have an expense to it, just like anything else. It's not cheap, and it's another bulky item to add to a belt. So I'm not surprised that I haven't seen them with. Or seen them at all because of those factors, expense, and it's another bulky item to add to the belt. But I think that something like that could have had a better possible outcome. Someone could have fired at his legs, and that could have tripped him up and made him fall. Now, it could have also failed. It could have missed. It could have. Once it fired, start to go around his legs when his legs were spread apart, and it would not have the desired effect of getting a full wraparound or anything like that. So, as I said before, less lethals, they're not 100%. But I think that potentially that Bola wrap gun could have had a better effect on this. I forget the name of it, but it's basically one big like green laser flashlight, and you'll see these type of tools used in a correctional type of setting, like a prison. It's a light weapon, I guess you could say. It shines very disorientating bright green laser kind of lights at a person's face, and it kind of mimics the ability to cause the involuntary eye closure because it fucking hurts to look at. Like, you can't like stare at this bright ass light, and if a person can't see, then that makes them a kind of a less effective fighter. Some little things like that could have stalled and slowed him down, but it wouldn't have stopped him. Things like I said, pepper spray, I think, would have been the better thing to use. Other than that, I mean, the less lethal stuff out there it's kind of limited. Now, there was a lot of research that's gone into less lethal stuff, and there was like a big push on it back in the 90s. And I remember seeing some videos about some stuff that was being tested, and one was like a sticky foam kind of spray. And there was some test footage of this person, advancing on another guy, and they spray this sticky foam at them, and it would just kind of encapsulate them a little bit. They sprayed at their legs, and it kind of stuck to them, and it stuck to the ground. It made it hard for them to walk, and they'd fall down, and they get all caught up in the sticky stuff. Could that, if someone had approached the technology to make that stuff come to operational light, could that make a difference? Who knows? But I do think that there could probably be more research and development done within the less lethal weapons arena, because what we have right now kind of sucks. It really does. The 12 gauge beanbags, I mean, fuck those things. I don't have any confidence in those. Same with the 40 millimeter launchers. Not the biggest confidence in those things at all. Tasers, tasers they get limitations. I mean, you got thick clothing on or baggy clothing, it's just not going to be very effective. And the pulse rates and all that stuff on them have kind of changed over the years. You can you go back and you look at some of what you call your legacy taser devices, you'll see that they have a lot more harsher bite to them compared to the ones now. Does that have an effect on any type of effectiveness with the tools? I don't know, possibly. Anyway, starting to get off into a rant, but they try the beanbag stuff. It obviously fails, and he ends up using lethal force on this guy. Lethal force is a pretty sure shot way of getting the desired effect of making a person stop doing what they were doing. And in this instance, they want this person with a knife to stop coming at them in a threatening manner. And the less lethal stuff failed, and the only thing that worked was the lethal stuff.
Ready.
Shield up, shield up, shield up.
Hey, everybody, hold your positions. Hold your position. Let me get it out.
Hey, let me get it out. Let me get up here.
Everybody, hold your
Everybody, hold your position.
Okay, did he stab himself?
No, you got it. You got it tucked by his wrist.
Anybody in the shop right here?
In his,
Personally, I think they should have already had these gloves on. Like, you know that at some point you're going to have to go hands-on with this guy. Like, why do you not have gloves on? So I think they kind of dropped the ball not having gloves on. Also, they appear to have some degree of difficulty getting them on. At least this guy does too. I've talked about this before in the past. When it comes to gloves, you want to get a size that's just a little bit bigger than your hands. You don't want a completely snug fitting glove. It's not going to do you any good at all because it's going to be hard to get on under stress. And if it's smaller and you're trying to put it on, it's more prone to ripping. And if you only got one pair of gloves on you and you're trying to put them on and they rip, well, then you're up creek without a paddle. So gloves, one size bigger than your hands, are, I believe, the most optimal option. They go on easier, and once you get slippery blood on them, they're easier to get off. If you have a snug glove on and it's covered in blood, it can be hard, if not impossible, to get that damn glove off, and then not get yourself contaminated as well. If your fingers are covered in blood and you're trying to reach under the cuff of the glove around your wrist to get it off, you might be getting some blood on you around your wrist area. Or if you're trying to pinch the glove at the palm and wrist area to pull it back and away to deglove yourself, well, then that could slip. And then if there's blood around that area, once that glove has slipped out of your pinched fingers and slaps back against the palm, that could splatter blood off the glove, and then that blood could be splattered into your face, goes into your eyes, nose, mouth, whatever. So a glove that's a size bigger is the best thing in my opinion. So this holster right here, man, I cannot remember the name of it. This is a kind of a unique holster, I guess you could say, that's more unique to this part of the country. Don't quote me, but I want to say this was called the LAPD holster. It's just a specially designed holster that's meant to ride a little bit lower and stick a little bit further out. A buddy of mine actually got one a few years back and had used it. But every time I see one of these, that makes me think about that. And I wish I could remember what the heck the name of that company was off the top of my head, but I can't remember what it was.
Let's go around the bush. Let's go around the bush. Go around the bush.
Sorry, go.
Turn right here.
Okay.
Hold on. You got him? Yeah, I got him. Once. You got it?
Yeah. You got the cuffs or you okay?
So cuffing people after they've been shot, a lot of people ask about this. A lot of people bitch about this. They don't understand why people end up getting handcuffed after they've been shot. handgun ammunition is kind of weak. And so there's been a lot of people who've been shot and they still were able to get up and continue to fight. There's a famous case out of Miami from the 1980s. FBI agents went to arrest a couple of bank robbers, and a big gunfight happened. And the robbers, they got shot multiple times, and they still stayed in the fight. One of them, at the very beginning stages of the gunfight, got shot in the head, and it only temporarily knocked him out. He was able to wake up later during the gunfight and get out of the car and attempt to go steal an FBI agent's car. His partner took a hit through the side of the chest. It went in and landed in his heart area. It was going to be lethal. He was going to die from that. It just did not immediately incapacitate him. He went on to be shot several more times with a pistol and also shotgun, and continued to stay in the fight, and went on to murder 2 FBI agents and severely wound some others. And these 2 bank robbers had no drugs in their system whatsoever. The toxicology reports were clean. They had nothing in them. The only thing they had in them was the will to fight. So, just because a person's been shot doesn't mean that they're fully incapacitated. It doesn't mean they're dead. So handcuffs should still go on people. That way, if they do wake back up and they decide to keep fighting, it's a whole lot harder for them to fight with their hands cuffed behind their back.
Hey guys, hold your position.
Roger.
Now, does it look like there's going to be much that could be done for this guy? You never know. The sight of trauma can be kind of deceiving. People may see a lot of blood and they may be thinking, oh my God, there's no way this person can survive. There's no way they can be brought back. But you would be surprised. And again, police typically are not the ones who are determining death. The people who are determining death are typically a coroner. And a coroner is a person who specializes in the investigation of deaths and certifies deaths. And then paramedics are usually the other ones who are announcing death. And they're usually doing that under the direct discretion of a medical doctor. Whoever their medical authority is, there's a doctor that they report to, and that doctor has given them permission or the okay to go ahead and declare death. So typically police are not the ones who declare death. They wait for other people to do that. So even though this guy may be dead, they're not declaring it. And so they're still going to A, cuff him, and B, render some aid to him as if he was going to be alive.
Several months, the LAPD Jonathan Murillo Nix was a 23-year-old resident of Los Angeles. In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze any forensic tests or findings to the Chief of Police.
So not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense, thank you for watching.